Hello and welcome to a new lesson on English Made Easy channel. Today's lesson is modal verbs or modals for all levels. Today we are going to see how are they used, when, and what are they in the first place. So let's get started. What are modal verbs? Modal verbs, they are simply verbs. They are helping verbs. They tell you that an action is possible or necessary, or another function, like advice, like obligation, etc. Let us see what makes them different from the other verbs. First, they are used with the base form of the verb. Modals create what we call a verbal phrase. As an example, he can speak a fluent Spanish. He must be here. Another distinction: modals don't change form. Modals never end in the S, even in the third person singular. He could run fast. It may rain today. He could see a therapist. Another distinction: we use not to make modals negative. We don't use double modals. Modals lack tense forms except would and could, which serve as the past of can and will. Should, shouldn't, must, mustn't, etc. Will, would, can, could, and must have to when it has the meaning of obligation only. Now, present ability. I can ride a bike. I can ride a bike. This is ability. To ask for permission. Can I try to ride the bike now? You are asking for permission from someone. Possibility and conditional. As an example, anyone can learn to ride a bike if they are not afraid to try. This is a condition and possibility. It expresses request as well, as in, can you teach me to ride a bike? Can you? It's a request. Could, past ability. I could ride a bike when I was younger. Ability in the past. Conditional. For instance, he could watch tennis this afternoon if the teacher let us out early. There is a condition here. Possibility, as in Bill could be the best bike rider with some more practice. In the past, of course. Request, as in, could I use your bike? Of course, we said please. Must, used for strong obligation. As an example, you must return the bike if you use it. A strong obligation here. Necessity is quite weaker than strong obligation. As an example, you must wear glasses while reading. Or certainty. She can answer all the questions. She must be so knowledgeable. So it's like a positive result. It's certainty. Mustn't. It expresses prohibition. As an example, you must smoke in the school area, not here. It's prohibited to smoke here. It also expresses negative obligation. For example, You mustn't tell anyone what I said. Then have to. The first thing expresses is necessity. For instance, I have to go home. It's too late. It means it's necessary to go home at this time. In the past, I had to take taxi the other day when my car broke down. May, used for polite request or permission, as in, may I borrow your bike, please? And for possibility, as an example, he may be able to help you assemble the bike tomorrow. Might, possibility but not certainty, as in, I might be able to let you borrow the bike after I put air in the tires. It expresses conditional as well, as if she concentrated very hard, she might understand all of the lesson. Conditional type 2, by the way. Suggestion. You might want to lower the seat so that your legs reach the pedals, as I suggest to you. Then shall. Formal invitation and future action is the first thing it expresses. As an example, shall we go biking together tomorrow? It's an invitation and it's for the future. Should. Look at this example and see what it expresses. You should wear a helmet when you ride a bike. Okay. If you are talking to a friend, it's a piece of advice, right? Yeah. It's advisability. If you are a TV presenter, it's a recommendation. You recommend that. If you are talking to someone or to general people, it's a moral obligation. It's moral. Not strong obligation, but it's moral or ethical obligation. Ought to. It's a substitute of should. As an example, you ought to wear a helmet when you ride a bike. You can use should instead of ought to. Well, future intent is the first thing comes to our mind. As an example, I'll go riding on Saturday. I'll travel tomorrow. Prediction. Yes. Prediction, as the weatherman reports that the winds will be strong. We predict something to happen in the future. Then promise. A promise. As in, we'll definitely make time to ride together next weekend. You give a promise to someone. Then would. The first thing is past of well. Well in the past is would. As in, he would ride his bike before he hurt his knee. Of course, it is used with conditional. As an example, I wouldn't miss this chance if I were you. Conditional type 2 here, by the way. Present or past. A lot of people get distracted when and how. For the present, I can play, he should relax, you mustn't stay up. So modal plus a verb, the simple form. For verb to be, we use be. For the past, I could have played, he should have relaxed, you mustn't have stayed. So, the modal plus verb to have plus the past participle of the verb. How about the percentage? Some modal verbs can express the same function with different percentage, of course. As an example, for possibility, we can use can, could, may, and might. But can 90%, could 50%, may 50%, and might only 40%. The same for certainty. We can use must, 90%, and can't for impossibility, which means certainty. We are certain that something is impossible. Thanks for watching our video. Don't forget to subscribe and share the video with your friends.